All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started so I can value y'all's time and value mine and go get my steps in after this and all the things. So welcome to Monday Meetup. If y'all don't know me, I'm Kelsey Webb. I have been with Plexus for almost 5 years in June. And well, June's actually when I started, July is when I started sharing. And so it seems like I've been here longer, but yeah, I'm excited to teach you guys some things, to share with you guys some things. I'm still learning myself. I am nowhere near got it mastered by all means. When I was making this PowerPoint, when I was taking notes on what to teach you guys and inspire y'all and motivate y'all, especially being end of the month, I was taking notes and applying that and reflecting that right onto myself too. So know that. I am going to share my screen. Just make sure you're muted too, because that really distracts me. And then I'm really squirrel brained as it is. Okay. Can y'all see that? I'm going to see if I can get in present mode. Yes. Danny, give me thumbs up. Okay. I can see you. All right. So I wanted this to be kind of geared towards summer moves, how to grow your business while life gets crazy. Because before we know it, guys, we're flipping the calendar and it's May and we have May, June, July, and those months just fly by. There's lots of beach trips. There's lots of, pool time, sun time, family time, all the events, all the things on the schedule on your calendar. And before you know it, you'll look up and it's August again, and your kids are going back to school, or you're starting a job again, or you're back into full routine mode. And you're like, where did that time go? What just happened with my business, right? There have been summers, been here almost 5 years, like I said. And I'm like, I did not work my business like I should in the summer. And then there's summers where I have applied myself. I have done and applied these tips that I'm about to give you guys. And I've grown and I've flipped the calendar to August and I feel good, right? Last summer was one of those. My team and I hit Emerald in July. So when people say summer is slow, that's not true. Okay. Summer can be what you make it. Okay. But it starts with intentional action and energy and just a lot of different things. Okay. So I'm going to jump right in. Okay, so wanted to start with a little motivation. I'm a hype girl. I love to motivate people. Little background on me. I played college basketball and I was a point guard. And so I was the one that had to pump up the team if we needed a winning shot. I was the one that pumped up the team and had a lot of pressure on my shoulders if we were down and needed to get up to win the game. And so motivation is in my bones, it's in my blood, and I love to motivate people. It's probably one of my biggest strengths. So I wanted to start with a quote, and that quote is growth doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. So I kind of wanted to break that down with you guys for just a minute. And so let's start with that first one. Growth doesn't require perfection. For a long time, I thought I had to show up perfectly, especially when it came to this business, because it's a social media platform, right? People are viewing your things. People are looking to you for advice. You have people that may be on your team that are looking at you to lead them, to coach them. And so for a long time, and I still have to check myself occasionally, not so much as I did at the beginning, but perfection, guys, we're human. It's impossible. It's not even a thing, right? And truly, real growth happens when you show up over and over and over again in the messy, right? I always say that in the messy middle, when you're consistent, when you are falling short, you're still showing up. Okay. That's when true growth happens because you don't quit. So as long as you guys are not quitting, you're going to see growth, but that's going to come with action too. Okay. So let's get on to the next one. All right, summer shift. So on here, the first little bullet says summer doesn't mean stop. It means shift. Okay. Especially in summer, a lot of people will fall into this trap of thinking everyone's busy. Everyone's got something planned. Everyone's got something on the calendar. They're not going to start this because blank, blank, blank. They're not going to join me because blank, 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 right? Pool parties, all the things. But that mindset, guys, kills momentum. It kills momentum. So instead of stopping and not doing anything in your business, shift. Maybe you need to shift your mindset. Maybe you need to shift a strategy. Maybe you need to shift your energy. Maybe you need to shift expectations. And I'm speaking to myself, guys. I am speaking to myself. I've had a long year of reflecting and refining and trying to grow myself so that when this time comes, which coming up, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. I am moving forward. I'm gonna apply these things that I'm about to teach you guys and tell you guys. And even if I don't hit the goal, or if I miss the mark, I'm still going to grow. My team is still going to grow because I'm going to put forth the effort. Okay. So maybe you need to shift around some things. But for a lot of you, especially teachers, I know this was true for me. I had more time in the summer. You may have more time in the summer. So use that to your advantage to apply yourself more, to shift some things around, to be able to work your business a little bit more. Maybe you want to pour into a certain accountability buddy that you have on your team. Maybe you want to pour yourself into or coach someone or personal development, but you may have to shift some things around, right? Summer isn't a break from your business. It's a chance to build it differently. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I invite y'all to do that with me. Build it differently in the summer. Okay. And focus on intentional time over more time. This was something that I had to learn big, and I still have to like slap myself on the hand and say, you don't have to work 5, 6 all day when you work your business. You can work your business with intentionality and move the needle 300 times more than just doing busy work. Okay. So quality over quantity, for sure, for sure. Okay. Drop in the chat. I'm not going to be able to see it, but drop one word in the chat on how you're feeling about your business coming up this summer, starting in May. I always say May is basically summer because you're already counting down to summer. You're already getting the bathing suit. You're already doing the, reset, the diet. You're trying to do more steps. You're getting in the summer mindset. So drop one word in the chat about how you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling anxious. Maybe you're feeling excited. Maybe you're feeling energetic. Okay. I know I'm pumped for the summer. I love adventure. I love outdoors. And I know it's going to be even more time with my babies. And I'm here for sunshine. I'm here for a mocktail sitting by the pool, but also it gets me fired up to work my business even more. So a little insight on my feels towards the summer. Okay. Intentionality. Okay. Intentional time. So there's 2 little buckets here that I want to talk about first. This first one is set summer hours. Okay. Just like you set aside time to go on a date with your husband, get your nails done, do the dishes, do the laundry, do household things, any type of appointment, set aside business hours for your business because that's what's going to move the needle. Okay. Do it with intention. Do it with intention, not just fly by the seat of your pants. I've done both of those too. Okay. So choose, and I did 2 different options here. Maybe you choose a 30 to 40-minute window daily in your business. Okay. Maybe you choose 15-minute blocks throughout the day. And maybe your days look different, right? But that is going to be unique to you, right? Not one of us is the same. Not one of us has the same amount of kids. Not one of us, well, we may have the same amount of kids, but we don't have the same schedule. We don't have the same job. We don't have the same lifestyle, right? So choose 30 to 40 minutes, guys. We all have that time. We all have 15 minutes where we can sit on the toilet and get a post up. We can send a message out. We can follow up with someone. But set down, when you set down to, if you only have that amount of time, set down with a plan. And we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit too. Okay. And then the next one is keep sharing throughout the summer. Keep sharing. Show real life moments using your products. So maybe you're sitting by the pool. Take a picture of you and your mocktail by the pool. Maybe you're at the beach with your kiddos and your family. Take a family picture of you and the beach, right? Include your product bag. A lot of us have that little bag. I asked Jill today for the link to that because I had girls on my team asking for the link. Do a picture of the bag, right? Incorporate real life moments into your sharing. I was talking to a friend the other day and she was like, you eat like perfectly clean. I'm like, no, I don't. I do not eat perfectly clean. I'm like probably one of the worst people when it comes to diet. It's still something that I've got to rein in. And she's like, well, you post like you do. Like, I would never guess that you didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm posting unrealistic to my audience. Like they think I'm this person that eats perfect and I don't. And so it kind of reined me in of, okay, maybe I need to share the nerds that I love to eat on road trips, right? Maybe I need to share the Reese's eggs that I love to eat during Easter, right? So share realistically too for your audience and for your circle of people so they know you're human, you're realistic and not unrealistic. And I put down there on the bottom, Plexus is a part of your life, not your whole life. So be you, let that shine. Let Plexus be a part of your life, not your whole life. Don't just put up stories or posts that's Plexus, 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 Plexus. People can see through that. People truly want to get to know you. They want to follow you. They want to know what you are doing in the summer. They want to know what you're doing after your kids get off school. They want to know what your hobbies are. They want to know the behind the scenes. That's why people on Instagram love the days in the lives. Like those, if you look at those reels, those get so much hype because people want to know what people are doing. It's so true. Okay. Let me get a drink real quick. All right. Daily power moves, the 3 C's. So notice here at the top, I put daily. I didn't put weekly. I didn't put monthly. I didn't put every other day. When you feel like it, I put daily power moves. So maybe you're someone that works your business 5 days a week. Okay. That's probably going to be me in the summer. Right now, I work probably about 6 days out of the 7. The 6 days usually kind of just in those 15-minute blocks. But maybe you're someone that works your business 5 days out of the week and you give yourself permission to have 2 days off, right? Where you don't touch your phone, you don't open Messenger, you don't post, you unplug. Okay. Then those 5 days that you are working, that's the days that you do these 3 C's. Okay. So the first one is connect. So those are conversations and follow-ups. Okay. Relationships. So those are building relationships. Ask how can you get to know someone? Meet in person, get to know them. Okay, these are new conversations, these are follow-ups, connect with people. Something that I would encourage y'all to do is start small groups. This is something that I already have on my calendar for May, and I'm really excited about it. I actually put a poll up on my stories a few weeks ago about going to this certain trail that I like to walk on. And I said, if you want to join me, slide this bar if you're local. And I had about 3 girls message me and they want to walk and they want to go to that trail. And so I'm going to set up days that I'm going to that trail. And if those girls want to come and meet me and walk with me, then I'm going to invite them. So do something like that. Maybe you live in a small town or you don't live in a small town and you could walk with some friends. Maybe you can meet someone for coffee and work. Maybe you live in an area where you have a lot of Plexus people on your team. Most of my team is in Kansas. For instance, Alex is one of my girls here in Texas. So I meet her at Chick-fil-A and we have play dates with our kids. I meet her at a coffee shop. That's something that I do with her. You can do that one-on-one, but you can do it in small groups too if you have more people. Okay, you can do swim play dates and invite your kids. It doesn't always just have to be you and them one-on-one. You can do cookouts and invite your whole family. But I encourage getting together and making that connection in that small group. Okay. The next is content. Okay. A minimum of 1 per day. That's posts, stories, reel, and then a bonus if you do all 3 of those. Okay. This is something for me, I don't have to think about it. This is fun. This is fluff. This is we always say it's the open and the close sign for your business, right? This is what attracts people to you. It shows them your vibe, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. And so I can do a post. I do a whole bunch of stories. Stories are very easy for me. But one thing I want to like highlight, circle, and like scream at you guys is this isn't working your business. Okay. It's part of the C's. It's part of the power moves. This is part of the business that shows people that you are open for business. This is what is going to attract them to you versus your friend down the street that does Plexus. Okay. This is just something that you do to get your content out there for products, for your opportunity to show them you. Okay. It's a big part of it. So don't mistake that for me saying it's not a big deal because it is a big deal. But what did I say? Thought this was working my business. Yeah, I already said that. Okay. So let's go to the next one, customer care. So this is check-ins, celebrating wins, reorders, annual memberships, subs, etc. So this is a really big one, especially at the very beginning of your business. And this is heavier then because you are just learning to do all of these things, right? You're learning what a back office is. You're learning what subs are. You're learning what reordering is. You're learning, that they can change the date yourself. So if you're brand new here, relax, breathe, ask your upline, ask a friend what all those things mean. Okay, if you've been here for a few years, you've probably gotten a rhythm of checking credit card declines, annual memberships, subs, and so forth. And if you haven't, that's okay. It took me like 3 years to even know and get into my back office. I always said I wasn't a number girl, and I let that hold me back for so long until I didn't, until I was like, you know what? I got to know my numbers. And so I got this big white board, this white sheet that Rachel, my upline gave me, and I started keeping track of every little number every single month. And I did that for over a year, and it helped me so much. So if you need to do something like that, try that. Okay. Maybe it's your names of your customers and what they order. It doesn't always have to be numbers and points. That's what I kept track of. It can be a different thing that you want to focus on. For me right now in my business, I'm going to be kind of focusing more on retention. So I'm going to get my big whiteboards out this summer. I'm going to work on retention. I'm going to work on keeping my customers happy and consistent and reordering and have the growth there. So the 3 C's: connect, content, and customer care. Okay. Help people be consistent, help them see results. Okay. And plug them in. All right. Here we have a little challenge. I have a challenge for you. Okay. Prep your day, your week, your month ahead of time. Okay. So going into May, June, July, get you a calendar. If you need to go buy a brand new one, go buy a brand new one. Sometimes that makes me feel better when it's just a clean slate. I can like not have any busyness on any of the planner. Prep your day, prep your week and month ahead. So go ahead and look. We're going to do this on the next slide, but prep ahead, commit to daily action, what you're going to do when you sit down to work in that 30-minute window or that 15-15-15 window. What are you going to do? Okay. And then stay consistent and bring some energy. Okay. I was thinking about what to put on this slide earlier. I was sitting in the rocking chair in the front yard rocking Rachel's baby. I was watching her today, and I was relating this back to teaching. It was like, okay, I would show up to work, right? When I had a job that I clocked into and I had a boss. Showing up was, for me, the easy part. I can show up all day. But what really was something that I knew it was going to take action and thought from me was the lesson plan, and then the action to go teach that. Okay. So think about this when you go to work your business this summer. Okay. Showing up could be the hardest part for you. For me, it's not. For you, it could be. We're different, right? We can be different. So show up is one of the biggest factors first. Okay. Because if we want a team to show up, you've got to show up. And then once you show up, then gather your lesson, gather your plan, and then gather what's your action going to be and bring energy to go along with it. Okay. And then final reminder, first bullet, you don't need to choose between living your life and building your business. You get to do both. So this summer, if you're thinking, I've got to choose between going to the pool and working my business. No, you don't. Why would you? Why can't you work a little bit before you go to the pool or while you're at the pool? My kids are getting to the age now, they both can swim by themselves. I can sit around the side if I need to grab one of them or yank them out and swat their behinds. I can do that while holding my phone and talking on a, voice message to someone. And I think it's even cooler when they can hear relatability of your kids fighting in the background or screaming and playing in the background. Okay. But you don't have to choose between one or the other. You can choose both. Okay. And then, what else? I made a little, incorporate Plexus into your life. Let it be a part of you, not all of you. I think I already covered that. And then that second bullet is success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. I'm like, that will preach. Okay. So success isn't going to come from what you do here and there. Maybe you work 5 days out of the whole month. That's not going to get you to where you want. That's not going to be growth. It's what you do in those little pockets of each day. Remember the 3 C's: daily, not every other day, not when you feel like it, not weekly, not monthly, Okay. And I've had seasons where I've done this, guys. I've fallen down. I've let my feels get in the way. I have let, defeat get in the way. We're human and it's going to happen. So expect that this summer in May, June, July. Someone's going to get sick. We say it all the time, right? Someone, heaven forbid, hopefully dog does not die. Hopefully, it doesn't storm like crazy and a tree falls through your house. Likely, right? We don't want these things to happen, but they do happen. It's life, right? And when we expect these things to happen, we can get up easier. We're going to fall down occasionally. We're going to skip, or we're going to not skip. We're going to trip over a rock. We got to get back up. We teach our kids to do that all the time. Get back up, get back up. My kids fall off scooters and dirt bikes and all the things all the time. Get back up, get back up. So right now, end of the month, if you are feeling defeated, if you're feeling like you've fallen, you feel like you've gotten hit by a rock, you've fallen down, get back up. Finish this month strong. Finish this month strong. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to go hit your rank. Doesn't mean you have to re-rank even. It doesn't mean you have to go get a new VIP customer even. Just means you do those 3 C's. Get up. Plan your action. Okay. Now, if you do get a new VIP, you do, hit that rank or you hit that re-rank, pat yourself on the back, do a happy dance. And then when May comes, you're going to be even more excited to propel and grow in May, in June, and July. It's like a ripple, right? It's a ripple effect. Once something good happens, then it's going to happen again. You're expecting it to happen. All right. And then lastly, thank you. All right. So look ahead at your calendars after we get off this call. Look ahead at your calendars for May, June, and July and start the prep work today. Start the prep work. Start what's that small group that you're going to do? What's that get together that you're going to do? What's the event that you're going to get on the calendar? Who are you going to talk to when you sit down to work your business this summer? And I say summer, May, June, July. May starts summer, basically. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with, there was a quote. I can't remember if I wrote it down or if it's on my phone. Oh yeah, it's right here. It's a full-time job to believe in yourself. So guys, go believe in yourself. Okay. Go tell a friend something encouraging. If you know someone on this team, which shout out Jill, she's going for Ruby on her reentry, go give her a pep talk. Go tell her good job. She's constantly pouring into us. If you haven't sent her a message, go send Jill a message. Go encourage her because she is constantly encouraging us on Monday growth call, on Monday meetups, in general, in your DMs, all the time. Okay. So go pump her up. If you have someone else on your team or yourself is going for a rank or a re-rank, go get it. Finish the month strong. And then go into May, June, July, and have this be a summer you'll never forget. Last summer was one I'll never forget. But I'm coming. I'm rebuilding. I'm coming back there. And y'all can come with me. Alexa, her little baby. So cute. So, all right. I started with motivation. I'm ending with motivation. It's just instilled in me and I can't stop. So I'm going to stop recording.